All right, and it's time for another video, and today we're going to be looking at some JP news, but first, a little bit of other news. Currently, I'm actually planning a episode 2 of Intervisions. Now, if you know about, if you remember, Intervisions was basically a show between me and other content creators discussing all things Wotv. And today I was doing a little bit of graphic design work for it. I'm basically trying to create some new overlays, some new title cards, stuff like that, which will probably be used a fair bit into the future. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And we do have a new channel icon. I do have a new icon for the YouTube channel. I have a new icon on Twitch. And the Intervisions logo as well is, I think it's pretty nice. Obviously using some assets that from this game and whatnot to design things. But hey, you can't afford Lapis and also a graphics artist. You know, it doesn't really matter. Point is that working on some stuff right now, and Intervisions episode 2 is probably in the very, very near future. I am trying to organize it right now, plan all that stuff out, but we'll talk about that more later. Let's get into what is basically happening on the JP side. And to start off, we have a little bit of news, and probably going to be good news for all the spenders out there. I assume this will happen about the same time for global, which is the double Lapis purchases are back. If you are spending money, this is, you know, increasing the value, I think, a fair bit. It does have the certain number of time uses, and this will be going till June 17th, so good amount of time. Potentially people who are looking to finish up or sure up more Final Fantasy VII units, this will be a good resource to get there and kind of finish that stuff. Scrolling down, though, there are a few other interesting things when it comes to packs. We have a pack here which is a little bit more designed towards weapon crafting, where you're getting seals, you're getting hammers, you're getting 1,200 books, like of your choice, 2,000 of the gold orb. It's a little disappointing. I kind of wish there was the higher tier one, but you know, okay, that one's probably going to be okay. And we got this one. I actually think is going to be, I wonder how much this is going to cost, because it kind of might be something that some people out there are looking for. JP players know that there is not enough Magicite right now, and a ticket for 800 of your Magicite of choosing is a fair bit, especially in that extra large one. You even get the crystals to make the espers grow. So for people who are looking to spend and looking to upgrade their espers, bad deal. We also have a smaller key bundle, gain a little bit less Lapis, but still okay, and a very small vision bundle if you're looking for something to just proc the daily purchase. That one might be the one for you. All right, next up, here she is. I am very excited for a new version of Glassy. Still one of my favorite characters in the original, though I have not used her original version too terribly much. My account's always been geared a little bit more towards mages, so kind of happy to see a mage version of Glassy. Taking a look at the information we're getting here, we're not really getting anything that we already did not know. I get another shot of the limit burst, which is kind of cute, looking very nice. And we also get to see the weapon that Glassy has. If you take a look, it's a gold trophy at the end. Really want that to be her Trust Mastery, because that weapon is pretty sweet for a base. Yeah, you can see large AoEs, everything like that. And we get a little bit of extra information in her master ability. Of course, it's the usual stuff: fire attribute, HP and attack up for the party, but also her own range attack resistance is increased, as well as her ability activation, which is pretty nice. I mean, if you look at it, what you're essentially getting here, I do think that it is really, she feels a lot like just a counter unit to everything out there. like basically like that AoE resistance is going to be real nice on her surviving, since a lot of units attacks are AoE right now. Also kind of makes me wonder just how much of her kit is going to be single target. I mean, obviously there's advertisements for AoEs, but maybe a fair amount of her kit is single target. Maybe a kind of more large damage unit. Continuing on, there will be the normal stuff on the JP side for, you know, the getting her early, getting an extra 50 cards, which while she is a 100 cost unit, just a friendly reminder that she is not going to be double cost for Lapis, so going to be more like Dwan on the JP side, single cost, which is good. All right, continuing on, we do have a new arena, which has a bit of height to it, so kind of interesting. Looks like Plane 2 is what it's called. Don't see really much else in the way of details there. So let's continue on. And returning weapons. This is not entirely surprising, but I have to say, given the timing of this, I think it's actually really nice. So we're looking at the Platinum Mace coming back, which is, of course, great, because that's what I assume new players are going to be farming for Super Glassy, let's just call her. And also the Coral Sword is coming back too, which is interesting because people who have recently gotten a specific Thunder Magic tank, Charlotte, for those of you who don't know, this will be a good opportunity to get that weapon again. I have recently picked up Charlotte, but I have not farmed this weapon previously, choosing to rather save and spend stamina on other things. So this is a good get for me, and I'm pretty happy to be back at what is a good time. All right, but one of the bigger pieces of news is to do with this raid event that is going to be taking place on the JP side. Now, this event is pretty weird because while it looks like a raid and it might drop a whole bunch of raid stuff, it actually is essentially a multi-quest or multiplayer, which is really cool. I mean, you're going to have your options of which raid bosses you want to fight with other people. So, you know, you have Chocolate Pudding, White Marshmallow, Ifrit, King Behemoth. Chocolate Pudding weak to shooting and magic, which is wind, shooting, or magic. So there's some options there. Tifa will probably be plenty good even against that. White Marshmallow, who is weak to slash and blow, and that will be dark element attacks there. Ifrit, who is weak to magic, and of course that will be water attribute magic, which is good news for anyone who got Aerith or Moore or Ildira there, and Miranda. I mean, there is a real team out there that can just murder Ifrit. And last but not least, King Behemoth, who is of course weak to spears, and light elemental spears, probably the odd one out still in terms of like what you could be used. But if you've done the selection quest and you've got Camillo fully leveled, might be just way easier. But none of this compares to the fact that, I mean, like, okay, first of all, there's going to be a shop and it's going to have, you know, a lot of the special stuff and maybe a few extra things for the anniversary, potentially. We'll put a pin in that. But one of the interesting things is that you will be collecting Revival Raid medals. Why this is so interesting? Every piece of raid gear previously will be obtainable from this event. So a really big list, as you can see here: the Alexandrite ring, Platinum Road, Platinum Helmet, Soul of Thamasa, Elf Cloak, like everything that is not related to a collaboration or potentially, you know, limited time is available through this. And I know that's kind of an oxymoron because raids are only available for time. But basically anything that is, you know, essentially in-game that is just Wotv related is fully obtainable from this. And this is a really big deal because guess what? You know, there's a lot of things that people might not have completed, and just by doing this and, you know, devoting some time to it, you get this done. So that's pretty cool. All right. And I think the one last thing is to do, haven't clicked over yet, other things, is to do with this Grand Season 2 opening round of Class Match for the JP side. Now, I do believe this will be a reset for all players, meaning that theoretically rewards should be obtainable again. I mean, this is Gumi, so I'm going to put, take that with a grain of salt kind of thing until we get definitive answer. But the new map is going to be the Cemetery. I'll just down here and show it off. 540 cost or less is the details for this. Range attack resistance up. So, or sorry, I guess it's like AoE resistance. Kind of translates out. Long story short, if you're probably going to be a little bit more interpersonal, so specific units might be better. Single attack targets might be better. Yeah, maybe some that cloud is just providing you can use the correct attacks and what. But should be an interesting time. Should be pretty competitive on the JP side, because with rewards being reset, if rewards are reset 100%, then I assume a lot of the whales will be try-harding a lot. Best of luck to all of them. So yeah, that's the news. We haven't seen the banners yet. Banner news will probably come tomorrow, and I think I'll be recording and uploading a different Wotv video for tomorrow. So for now, just thought it would be interesting. I think more than anything, getting a little bit better idea behind Glassy's kit going forward. Double Lapis will be some big news, and I'm sure Globalers will want to plan that accordingly. Because one thing to note is that the FF7 banners that started, before this happened, are still continuing through this double Lapis period. So Globalers really might take advantage of waiting to, if they are intending to spend on FF7, and go through that to end up getting better value. And of course, the reward reset is, or at least the possibility of it, is very interesting. And last but not least, just the fact of being able to get all of the old raid equipment through this event. It depends on drop rates and everything, but we are getting a pretty big boost to a lot of the drop rates in the game, so might just be decent. Anyway, we'll have more updates later once we played through it, but for now, hope you guys are finding yourself interested in all of this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.